Hello, welcome back to Dino Den, and today is going to be K-9's lore video, which I've actually been working on for a couple of weeks, so I hope you enjoy it. And also, if you have noticed, the background music is Scoopy Scary Skeletons. I don't know why I have it. It won't be on this whole time, it'll just be on as long as talking right now. But once I get into the actual story, it will go off. And also, happy Halloween to everyone, even though right now when I'm working on this, it's October 6th. That's right, October 6th. And it will be released in Halloween, which it is now. So, anyways, I hope you enjoy this lore video I made for K-9, which is this guy. And if you don't know too much about him, here's a failed experiment of John, the hybrid I made for the All Hybrid Wars. And more stories will be in the rest of the video. But yeah, this is just a failed experiment of John species, or Tyranno hunting Rex. But without further ado, let's get into the video. As you can see here, this is the earliest stage of K-9, and this is him as a DNA strand. And yes, his DNA looks perfectly fine, for now. And if you don't understand what just happened, a DNA virus just infected his DNA, which will make him more mutant-like. Anyways, back to the video. So after Sarah and our cloning experts, we have finally cloned K-9, and now all we have to do is put the egg in the egg hatching place, which I'm pretty sure is called an incubator. Sarah has put the egg in, now all we have to do is wait. And there you have it, baby K-9. And as you can see, he is small compared to Sarah, but that's because the DNA got mutated, which Sarah can tell. And right now, his legs don't look too big, so Sarah thinks he can still be in the All Hybrid War, right? And can he be in the All Hybrid War? Well, Sarah thinks he can still be in the All Hybrid War, because it's just a few mutations, right? Anyways, let's get back into the video. So the moment K-9 was born, we put him in his cage, or little home, I guess. And as you can see, he did not live in the best place, because Sarah was too lazy to get him something better. But anyways, this is where he has lived probably about 1/3 of his life. And this is how we fed him. And this process was actually pretty good. He didn't rage up, he didn't do anything bad. He was actually perfect for the All Hybrid Wars. Until he grew bigger. When he grew bigger, excuse me, he grew smarter, and his appetite also changed. He wouldn't eat anything we fed him, so eventually we started feeding him live animals, like chickens and other animals like that. But he kept growing, and he's starting to act up, banging on the glass, making weird noises. So now Sarah had second thoughts about him being in the All Hybrid Wars. So Sarah pushed herself to make the perfect hybrid for the All Hybrid Wars. And she actually succeeded. She has made a perfect, non-mutated hybrid for the All Hybrid Wars. And also, their species name is Tyranno hunting Rex. And John and K-9 are the same species, it's just K-9 is mutated. So now, K-9 has been replaced by John. And you might be like, how does K-9 feel about this? Well, he's just a kid, so he probably will never find out that he got replaced by John. That's what we thought. And this is just a little check-in, just to get you guys followed up. You might be like, I thought this was meant to be sad. Trust me, the beginning is not going to be sad. It's probably going to be more funny, but it will get way more sadder, especially at the end. But anyways, let's get back into it. This was just a little check-in. So let's skip a few years, and he has grown a lot more than we expected. So we're moving him to a different cage, which is more outdoory and more suitable for K-9. And also, as you can see, it is only 200 feet long, which is not the best cage for K-9 because he's about 50 feet long. And you're going to learn about his stats in the video, just so you know. And also, there's a door that is 3 feet thick of titanium. So K-9 can definitely not go through that titanium door. And just so you know, what I'm about to say might actually make you cry. It won't actually make you cry, but it is pretty sad. So the thing about K-9 is, you see those little horn spikes on his head? He has no genomes for that, so how's that there? It's actually mutated bone sticking out of his skin, coming out of his body. It is sticking out of his head because the extra skull, not muscle, skull-like bone is coming out of his head because it can't just expand around its head. So painfully, it's coming through, and it'll probably not shrink, but he's in agonizing pain every second now because it's piercing his skull. So his horns or bone things sticking out of his head can sometimes bleed and cause headaches. And also a little fact, I actually did invite K-9 to join the hybrid war that's going on. I don't know what type it is. But a few weeks ago, I let him join a hybrid war. But this will not be part of his war. It's just like, I did. He could win or lose. Right now, I don't know because it is actually October 15th. Yep, I started at October 6th. But it's October 15th. So, K-9 doesn't know if he dies or not. But if he does die, it'll mess up the whole war, and yeah. So I submitted him into a hybrid war, but that's not part of this war, okay? Just saying. Anyways, let's get back into the war. So K-9 was doing better in the cage, more roomy and spacious, but then he saw John and K-9. And when he thought he was younger, he remembered John, and he has finally realized that he has been replaced. And John will not take this lightly. So soon he'll plan to make a big escape. Will he succeed? Will he not? You have to wait until part 2. JK, I'd never do that. That's crazy. So after day by day, K-9's rage was filling up, but same as his IQ was getting way more intelligent. He is figuring out a way to escape, and he has finally snapped. Today will be the day he escapes. And he knew that too. So here's a little check-in, and I'm about to show you how K-9 will escape. But just a check-in, this is still not sad at all. Well, kind of. But trust me, it gets sadder. It doesn't. I was expecting it to be way more sadder at beginning to end, but yeah, at the end. But yeah. Anyways, back to the video. So, now it's about to get way more sadder. As you saw, he got a little bit injured in the hand, but I forgot I kind of add that detail anywhere else, but that doesn't matter. But anyways, so now he is looking for John and Barry so he can kill them brutally. But as you know, he's lost because he's so dumb. He went the wrong direction. But anyways, back to the war video. Subscribe for part 2. JK, I'll never do that, bro. I'm on a roll on saying this. So let me get you followed up. So K-9 escaped, and now Sarah needed to stop K-9. And the only way was to release Xander. His name is spelled with an X, so I call him Xander. But it's Xander. So he released him from the cage. So he's gonna try to fight K-9 to the death. I said try, so I didn't spoil anything. Anyways, now it's time to get to the battle scene, where it'll show it all. So let me give you the warning now. This will be sad. Let's get into the battle scene. And well, that is the end of K-9's lore video. Well, not the end, that's just the end of his lore. But, yeah, as you saw, K-9 didn't live. Probably because, like, Xander is probably one of my strongest hybrids. But you probably all didn't expect this. Most of you guys thought he was going to live, but he couldn't stand after all the mutated stuff. He couldn't live. He did get Xander some hits, but not enough to kill him. Xander went back to Sarah to get back in his pen, or cage. Well, it's a big cage, way bigger than K-9's. And Sarah actually loved K-9 with all of her heart, but she had to kill him. He was gonna kill Barry and John if he could actually find them, but yeah. And also, don't look at Xander as a bad guy. He just did what he had to do. So, this is K-9's lore video, and I hope you all have a great Halloween. And this is more sad than spooky, but I'll have some spooky images of K-9 soon. Right now, not now, because, like, right now it's October 23rd, but, like, I'll have some K-9 pictures after this is released, which is Halloween night, or whenever. But anyways, hope you all have a good Halloween. This is K-9's lore video. Bye!